Hey everybody, Bo here, Football Talk, and we are at the Wednesday wrap up. So, we want to talk about that Cowboys Bengals game, and I'm less interested in talking about the Cowboys and more about the drop off of the Bengals. The Cowboys, I didn't have winning their division. I really don't think they're a very good team, and now that Cooper Rush is in there, it changes the dynamic a little bit, but I feel like they missed the playoffs yet again. That being said, the Bengals I didn't see going 0-2 to start the year, especially against a couple of middling teams that really aren't that great. Now, one of the big problems that the Bengals had last year was their offensive line, and they allowed him to get set on the carpet 51 times, which was the league lead. Um, the problem is they ended up spending over $70 million in this offseason to bring in offensive line talent. So they let go three of their guys last year. The only starter that they brought back was their left tackle, Williams. And they added three guys in free agency and then added a rookie through the draft. Now, obviously, having five guys come together probably isn't going to be the smoothest transition. But at this point, they've given up 13 sacks in the last two games, six against Dallas, and that was coming off a game where they gave up seven against Pittsburgh. So they're currently on pace to absolutely destroy Derek Carr's all-time record of sacks of, I believe it was 76, and more than double the 51 that the unit they had last year gave up. So with their current pace, they could give up 110 sacks, which is scary, considering the year before last, Burrow was actually injured in a sack. And if you're going to get dumped on the ground that many times, the odds of him getting injured again is extraordinarily high. Now, moving forward, I have to assume that they're going to get better as time goes on. But as it sits right now, I feel like they kind of have to do something prior to the trade deadline to either add depth or some sort of dynamic that can keep Burrow on his feet. Because if you think about being sacked that many times, you also have to figure he's been hit or at least hurried at least twice that many times. Amazingly, even with all of that, the Bengals have still managed to be 42% on third down, which is roughly 14th in the league, which is about where they ended up last year in the rankings. So all things considered, there are some good things to take out of this. They obviously cleaned up some of the turnovers that they gave up in week one, but I think at this point they sort of have to figure out if they're going to add some stunts with the running back, or they need to give that line some sort of help moving forward if the Bengals are even going to stay relevant. Again, I didn't have them winning the division. I figured they were a seventh place, or a seventh place, I guess. Third wild card spot. But not to say that Cooper Rush didn't have a good day. I mean, Dallas did have some things on the field that looked decent. Rush went 19 for 31 for 235 and a touchdown. So he did do just enough to get the Cowboys the win there. But man, Bengals fans have to be scared that their guy is going to get hurt before week 6 if this continues on.